We have babies
We're
today.
on the screen.
We have babies today.
Click in the chat so I can see it.
We have babies. Do you guys see the babies?
There we go.
I got this baby. I got this this baby. And Mark has that baby. My baby is more of
spaz.
Well, I was going to say a nervous, but yeah, spaz.
Spaz, I think, is the word to go.
Spaz is fine.
Not fit to be held.
Recovering addict. Yes. She's shaking and trembling, and she just wants her next fix, which is love. Give me love. Okay. Oh, don't you even start. Happy.
Butler's doing a heckin' judge. He is. He's always doing a heckin' judge.
Itty is, if you touch her, she yipes. If you step towards her, she yipes. If you put her down, she yipes.
Sometimes if you just move in her general direction, she yipes.
She is afraid of everything. And we have friends who will come over and they will like step towards her or scare her and make her yipe. And they'll be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I hurt your dog. No, that's just what our dog does. She's very old. She is startled very easily. And then there's Bubbers who just doesn't care about anything.
He doesn't care.
He
likes to snuggle.
You can dance with him. You can wear him as a hat. Bubbers just does not care as long as he's getting love. Guys, happy Wednesday. Today is day 3 of Critique Week. What have we gotten ourselves into?
I don't know.
We realized around yesterday, whilst preparing for the stream, how crazy getting up every day and doing these streams is. But we do it for you. And all we ask for is for you to like this video. Give us a like. We do these for free. Yeah,
I could have slept in today. Well, we don't have our kid or nothing. We woke up to do a live stream. I mean, it's noon. It's not. We are night owls.
We are very much night owls.
But yeah, we don't have our kiddo, and we still woke up to do a live stream.
Remembering that we didn't wake up at noon. We woke up earlier than noon, but preparing for the stream and getting the makeup on and getting everybody all ready.
No, we just wake up looking good.
We wake up like this.
That's how it is.
Every morning. Guys, if you haven't joined us for our previous Critique Week videos, you can watch the replays of those. You'll learn a lot from watching the replays. But in case you don't know the rules already, what Mark and I are going to be doing is picking shops randomly from the chat. We're not doing them in any particular order. We're just randomly scrolling and grabbing them as we go. We're going to be hanging out for an hour, critiquing your shops. We're doing this tomorrow too, but tomorrow will be the last one. So make sure that if you don't get picked today, you tune in tomorrow. And if you don't get picked tomorrow, please don't feel upset. There are so many things that you can learn by watching us critique other shops, because ultimately a lot of the things that we're saying the same things over and over again. So if you can apply the things that you're learning here during Critique Week, you should be able to get your shop ready in time for the holiday season. And speaking of getting ready for the holiday season, the reason we're doing Critique Week is in celebration of the opening of my own Handmade Alpha Academy. So if you're interested in having me coach you personally, I have a 9-module course currently available. It will be open until tomorrow night. After that, enrollment is closing. That way our new students can begin working towards preparing for a big, successful holiday season. No. So if you're interested in enrolling, the link to that's down below.
Nope.
Make sure that you go to handmadealphaacademy.com/VIP. Otherwise, you will pay $1,000 more for the program.
You should.
Yeah, you should. Get us. We could use a new rug.
Use a new rug, yeah.
Could use a new rug. I think rugs on the agenda.
Hey, don't chew on my cables.
We could use something better for members to chew on other than
my cables.
Other than cables.
What happens when you leave cables out?
So, guys, that link includes some bonuses and 12 months of E-Rank Pro. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. If we want to pull some shops, be sure to give us some love in the likes section.
29 likes, 83 of you.
Only 29 likes and 83 of you. Those
sad. It's a sad day. Tell you what we need is a new camera because I am sick of this GoPro auto-adjusting the brightness. It drives me bonkers.
I doubt
All
they
right,
care.
let's do this before we... I care. I don't care if they care. I care. And then they go, ah!
Whee!
Okay.
I love how recently viewed is all the products that we looked at yesterday.
Yeah, right.
All right.
Oh, I wasn't even going to do that until I got the shop pulled up. Well, I'll come back out here.
All right, grab us a random one.
I'm giving it a second.
They're coming in loads into the chat. Pick one out or we're gonna get fat. That's,
all right, I'm going to just do my up and down scroll.
they're gonna start getting goofy Mark and Starla because the more
we get a little crazy.
The more that we go live, the more that we stop putting on a show, and the more we just start acting like our normal cringy selves.
And it's crazy because we're just sitting here talking at a wall.
Uh-huh. Got one?
No, I was letting them finish up.
Okay.
We both need a nap. I didn't get to have my breakfast.
He didn't get no brekkie. All right. Let's see what we find in the chat. All right. Give us 1 second. We got it. We always do this to make sure that you guys aren't sending us anything that we can't show on camera, but we do have Alphas After Dark sessions.
We haven't done an Alphas After Dark shop critique, but we can't do that on YouTube anyway.
Oh, we can't?
No.
Oh, you're right.
We'll have to do that on Discord. Scroll the chat down.
All right. Here we go.
Pretty lady.
Okay, welcome to the Valley, Ladybug Valley. Couple things that I noticed right away was that I love how crisp and clean your banner is, and I love that the ivy is faded and the door is not. Could you use the same font for this that you have down here? Because there's nothing that's really tying the logo to the top.
It's a beautiful picture. It's just not personal.
Yeah, could you put some ladybugs on it? Could you put your logo somewhere? Could you just use this font? I think a couple little, even if the ladybugs were like blurred out, like a couple ladybugs and then you blur them, that might be a really cool way to just keep the cohesion. That's what I want to see. And I really like that we've got this door here, and then it almost appears that you've got the same door that you're photographing your wreaths in front of. Mm-hmm. I'd like to see that on all of your wreaths. I would like to see the exact same background because these like stick out to me in a really weird way. Especially since this one says beach vibes only and it's more of it looks like a burlap. It's a little harder to see over the brown. I think that you would be better off sticking to this background that you've been using. So it looks like you've got an email list VIP club and you're utilizing little ladybug emojis. Look how cute. You've SEO optimized your tagline, which is something that we haven't really been talking about during Critique Week. But if you're taking notes, which I know a couple of you are, you can keyword optimize your tagline. A lot of people put their slogans in here. Handmade Alpha Academy students, I know a lot of you guys are developing slogans right now, but I would not use this section for your slogan. Put your slogan up like on your banner or something, or use it for your marketing. This little area, though, is great for getting a couple keywords in and talking about what you specialize in, and that sends positive signals to Etsy.
It's good vibes.
Good vibes. You can also keyword optimize your shop sections because when you click on them, the actual shop URL changes and it almost sees it as its own little landing page. So these actually do seem to be keyword.
Just great ideas for my banner. So simple. Don't overthink it though.
Yeah, don't.
I mean, it's a beautiful banner. You don't want to cram it up with too much stuff. If you're going to put stuff on there, keep it very minimalistic because that's a beautiful picture.
Little dots of red. Just little itty bitty little.
It's very inviting.
Yeah. You've got a photo of yourself, something else that I didn't point out right away, but pictures of yourself, people want to feel that nice, warm, fuzzy connection to you as a seller. These, even if you didn't do it intentionally, these do seem to be keyword optimized. So fall, Halloween wreaths, first responder wreaths, summer, July 4th wreaths. They feel very keyword optimized, even if it wasn't intentional, but that's just a good example of being keyword minded.
Those Halloween wreaths are pretty cool.
Which
What's
one?
up there?
Up here?
The one with the bat. Here.
Where? Oh, I do.
You
Oh,
are blind, woman.
I'm looking at see where my brain is going to colors. That is super cute. Let's take a little scroll down. Oh, and you are using your shop updates for photos that are not just repeat thumbnails from your product. I love seeing unique photos in here. It doesn't look like you've updated them in a while, but that's okay. That's okay because I don't really see shop updates in my feed. What I'm more like shop updates for is it's almost like an extra little view of your products for people who are on your storefront. At one time, these used to show on our Etsy apps. We would see updates from sellers we'd followed. I don't see them anymore, but when I go to a shop, I do like to scroll down and see what shop updates they have because it just shows me a little more about the product. You know, I might see this wreath here, but I want to see how you've made it. It just reinforces that kind of handmade message. We've got family photo, lots of smiling faces. We've got, looks like some of your workspace, more smiling faces. You've got a video. You've got
good photos in general.
You've got yourself working.
You must have a pretty decent camera.
Yeah, these are great. Anything to build a connection, reinforcing your story that you've told down in your about section, showing your workspace, and basically building a connection with that audience. So that's great. Let's see. I love that you've used your FAQs to actually put in good FAQs and questions, and I love that you've customized those with emojis. I like to use my FAQ section as almost like an extension of my policies. They're not going to be necessarily looked at by Etsy the same that, you know, one might see policies, but it tells your customers what to expect. That way, if they message you and they're like, hey, this is, you know, let's see, how to care for your wreath. Hey, my wreath is starting to look a little slunchy, or I've got it on my door and the wind is messing it up or something, or it's starting to get sun bleached. You can say, well, there's actually, if you check my frequently asked questions, I actually acknowledge how to care for your wreath there, and you might want to read some of my tips there to prolong the life of your wreath. And then that'll keep them from leaving a bad review. They're like, oh, thanks, I didn't know that, but I'll go check it out. You know, it's just little areas of reinforcement. Little things that you wouldn't be able to fit in your policies. Let's go ahead. We'll grab this one.
Pop one open.
Right up front. Patriotic 4th of July deco mesh wreath for front door. Those are some great keywords. Summer welcome wreath with patriotic sign for Memorial Day. So I love that you've tried to get these into nice sentences.
Yeah, I do too.
I don't see a lot of repetition. I mean, you've repeated wreath here, but that's
fine. It's what it needed to glue it together as a normal sentence.
Exactly. So I think you've done a really good job.
Oh. I always appreciate when people take the time to try to take their keywords and piece them in a way that makes them into a sentence.
Yeah,
it's hard to some designs and some things you just can't do that, but that's great.
Oh, that's fun. This
was a nice way to do the videos.
Yeah, it's almost like advertising what else you have.
No, I genuinely like that.
And you know what's cool is if you don't have time to go re-record or go record a video for every product that you launch, you could showcase all of your products here and put it on all of your listings. So rather than making, 10 videos, you make one video that applies to all the listings.
She said I learned it from you guys.
That is awesome. Lots of great photos. I love that you're showing things like texture. Those are all things that a lot of sellers don't think to do, but because we can't hold the products in our hand, it's important to be able to show the senses that we're missing out on. So touch, you want to show them how it feels. You can give them kind of a little bit of an imagination booster. Same with if you were doing a candle that smelled like coffee cake, it might be worth it to go to your local bakery and get yourself a nice square of coffee cake to set next to your candle, because I don't know what that brown wax smells like, but I can look at a picture of a coffee cake and know what that smells like. So capturing the senses. Awesome. You've got your mailing list link right in there, and you've got they're already interested in buying. They're looking at your product, but you're asking if they want to get a discount before they buy so they can go and claim that discount, and then you can market to them over and over again.
Sorry, I'm waiting on a delivery from FedEx.
Just leave your phone up. I love that. I'm gonna have a hard time critiquing you. I also like that you've got you have thumbnail, video, 2 photos, info card, 2 photos, info card, 2 photos, info card for social media. I think that that's really great, and I love the QR codes. This is a really cool way to do it because they can grab their phone real quick and scan the QRs. Let's see. I'm really...
Oops, all bangers.
Oops, all bangers.
This is why we need to start using a different streaming software so I can get my Streamlabs stuff all set up and we can have little pop-ups like
little
oops, all bangers.
Oops, all bangers. Overall, I really like your shop. I feel like... do you edit your photos or is this natural light? Because this is a really good natural light environment. There is a bit of a blue hue, but I think that the door itself has a blue hue. I don't know if this is the same door.
I think that's green, not blue.
No, it's not the same door. I can see how many slats. There is a little bit of a bluish hue, which sometimes comes when you're shooting outside or under.
It's shadowed light, sunlight, or clouded sunlight. Which is fine. I mean, it's not the worst possible thing that it could be. And it could also be artifacting just from the camera that she's using as well. Just because this is like a white background and the blue sky on top of it can start to lead to a blue hue just because of the reflections back into the camera.
Yeah, I'd love to see some background consistency. It's not going to make or break you, but if you just want to aim for that nice cohesive look and also fit the theme of this cover photo.
That's actually a good point. Amber G said, I wish the door had a banner, or the door in the banner had a wreath on the door, but that's tiny. Yeah, like if you could fit a wreath around that heart, I don't know, but I feel like that might take away from the whole aesthetic of the thing. You'd have to be real careful picking a wreath that wasn't super busy. Yeah. This picture isn't busy.
Like removing a background and maybe just having it half circle. Like just a little bit. So it's peeking over. Just a little half circle of the wreath.
Possibly, but if it makes it feel too busy, I would stomp that idea. I like this picture. It is.
or a wreath like this one that would fit the aesthetic. But like I said, these are all just little suggestions because it feels like you've been following me for a while and that
it does.
It seems like you've gone down the checkbox of everything.
It's one of those things that I'm kind of mixed with on the banner because the banner doesn't necessarily show like what you sell,
but it doesn't.
But at the same time, it's what you put your product on. So it kind of is what you sell. Mm-hmm. It's a weird kind of conundrum that we have with that. So I like it. Maybe give it a try. Throw in one of your wreaths on there, something that's not super busy. And if it ends up feeling too busy, then just knocks the idea and keep the one you've got here. Yeah.
And you can remove the background with Canva Pro. If for any reason you don't already have a Canva Pro membership and you don't want to pay like $100 a year, $120 a year for it just to remove the background of one photo, feel free to send us one of the wreaths that you like in an email at starla@handmadealphaacademy.com. Make sure that it's not one that's super complicated with a lot of like little tiny spaces that would be hard for the automatic background remover to remove. And I can try to take the background out for you if you just want to see how it looks real quick without committing to some expensive membership to a program. And obviously we are not affiliates of Canva Pro, though we should be.
Yeah, we friggin' should be.
All right, let's give us another one.
How dare they not sponsor us?
I would love all these things that we recommend. I would love to start like affiliating. I would love to start affiliating with them, but I don't know. Are we big enough for that?
No, probably not.
We got contacted by Audible.
We got contacted by Audible. We got contacted by BetterHelp.
Oh yeah,
which I think might have been because of our After Dark stream. Which I'm not quite sure because there was some mental health stuff in that one.
It was our small business anxiety video.
Yeah, that's what it was. BetterHelp has contacted us like 3 times. They really want to sponsor us.
The thing is, we got to say what they want us to say.
Yeah, and we don't like that. That's why we don't do sponsored content in these videos. Not to mention all the money we get for YouTube kind of goes back into the into the channel.
Yeah.
All right, Floral Atelier. I don't know if that's how you pronounce that. I'm just being a smart aleck.
Everybody smack him. Give him a smack.
Well, don't do that. That gets me excited.
Smack in the comments. Smack. All right. So, I love this. This is very this isn't super crisp, but I don't think it needs to be because of the filter that's kind of over it. However,
the pixelated text.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would say that I'd love to see this text crisped up. I've also noticed that this isn't really a logo. It's a photo with a font, not necessarily a logo. Could you use either this font also up here or this font down here? Another thing that stands out to me is that right away I'm seeing lots of pastels, and these.
I think that is the same font. It's just you can't tell because this has capital letters and that doesn't.
No, it's not the same font.
The R's are the same.
Yeah, it's not the same font. Because I've used both of these fonts before. These roses are very red, and everything else is very pastel. I feel like these kind of stick out in a way that isn't great because my eyes go here, and my eyes should be taking in more than just your logo or where your logo should be. So I would try to get in something that's, I don't know, just a little softer. You don't even need to have this hand with roses. I would just do your brand name a little bit bigger and then pick a cohesive font, whether it be the font you used here or the font you used here. I love this purple color. I think that that's really nice if that's your color.
Joanne asked, does Etsy let us pick our font? It's for the listing, or not the listing photo, this...
Right here.
Yeah. Not the actual, like, shop name. You can't pick that text.
Yeah. Just what you're putting on the image.
Just the font in the images is what we're referring to.
Yeah. I'm doing a free trial Canva Pro and just doing a bunch of background removal. They've got a free trial?
That sounds like...
Go ahead. That's awesome. Yeah, guys, if you go get the free trial of Canva Pro, just cancel it if you don't end up wanting it, but maybe make the most out of it by doing a bunch of background removal. Scrolling through, though, your photos are beautiful. They seem very styled. I would almost dare to say that you might be a photographer or you've hired one to do your photos because these are beautiful. In fact, the only photo I'm actually not a fan of is this one right away, and only because I can see a radiator in the background and the angling isn't the best. This actually seems to be the same. Is this the same product as this one? Oh, maybe there's just more here. I really love this photo here, and it almost seems like the same photos, just you're getting more of the bouquet. I'm just not a fan of this angle, but like I said, this is just me being nitpicky because I immediately analyze what I'm seeing in the background. Aside from that, your photos are beautiful. I don't think I have any critiques on your photos at all. They are wonderful. I like cohesive backgrounds, and I feel that these are different enough to feel natural, but at the same time, they are still cohesive in that they are light. They are really cheerful. The colors aren't overpowering. I love these artificial dandelions. I would not know that these are fake. Look, aren't these cool?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I don't think her banner's even real flowers. I'm pretty sure that's what she makes too.
They're artificial.
What is it with people in like Russia and Ukraine that are just crazy good at making things like this?
You guys are. I mean, this is.
I have bought multiple things from different sellers on Etsy, and they all end up being from Ukraine and Russia, and it's all things like this.
You're so like things that we wouldn't see in the U.S. Like you guys are so artistic. It's insane. I love seeing shops that are located in Russia and Ukraine.
I bought a Gandalf style pipe that was made out of like pear wood and resin and some kind of stone, and it's just nuts.
It's all very specific expertise.
Yeah, it's all like extremely like specific.
It's awesome. This is a beautiful photo. I love the kitty. These are great. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, look at these. Wow, you have great photos. Is that a sketch? Do you have them laying over a sketch? That is so cool. That is amazing. Got a great about section filled out. Let's pop open a listing.
Is there just a bunch of like art craft schools over there?
Yeah, do you learn it somewhere, or is it just, are you just very, very talented, like, rich country?
Yeah, we are just completely ignorant of how things are over there, because I mean, even just the way that like Russia and Ukraine are painted as a picture, they're like, it's definitely not a place where people would like be artistic.
Right.
We know nothing about how Russia actually is or how Ukraine actually is.
But as coaches, we see so much talent. Even Anthony Wolf commented on it.
I mean, a lot of the traffic that we get and E-Rank gets is from
Russia. Yeah.
God, Mark is oblivious. No, I'm not oblivious. I'm just American. They don't really tell anything positive about that part of the world.
God, these are such pretty photos. I'm obsessed with your photos. So a couple little things that I can suggest, because ultimately your shop is fantastic. Couple quick things though. I would add an info card at the end of your listing, only because, especially when ordering internationally, which I assume that you probably have a decent customer base outside of Russia. I'm sure that the US is probably on your spectrum. I'm sure that that maybe the UK and Canada are there as well. You may want to add a little info card talking about your shipping information, simply because I know how scary it is as someone in the US ordering from a faraway, mysterious land that we know nothing about. I know that it can be scary wondering if your products will arrive. Will they get stuck in customs? So maybe just a little info card talking a little bit about how long you can expect things to take, or even just saying items are shipped from Russia and may take a few weeks to arrive. Thank you for your patience.
Yeah.
Just so they know.
Yeah, almost every time that I order something from Russia or Ukraine, it takes a very long time to get here.
Yeah, exactly.
And we live very close to where the main
customs facility.
Yeah, where the main customs facility is. We're only like 8 hours away from the main customs facility. So, yeah. And yes, thank you, Amber, for pointing that out. Our cursor hasn't been visible the entire time. I don't know why it was. It's on by default, and today it decided it didn't want to be. So.
They can see it now?
Yes, they can see it now.
Okay.
I think in terms of Fabergé eggs for Russian artisans. Yeah, that's true.
White magnolia real touch flowers. Could you get a couple more keywords in here? Maybe about, I don't know, table decor or weddings or bed and breakfast, places where they can't necessarily have real flowers always available.
Deb said, these days with how slow the USPS is right now, ordering from Russia might be faster.
You know what?
It's true. DHL's on point. I got some new computer parts coming from Slovenia that I ordered, like, I think on Monday, and they're going to be here either Friday or this upcoming Monday already.
Looks like you've got some more keywords in here. Daffodil, sunny yellow, and white bouquet. Is anybody searching that combination? Sunny yellow?
Sunny yellow.
Daffodils, sunny yellow. I wouldn't put your set of 5 to free. I wouldn't put that in your title. I would put that on maybe like a...
Yeah, either that or like front and center, top of the description.
Yeah, because this is a...
Unless you're having issues with people ordering them.
Yeah, it's taking up a lot of keyword space. Farmhouse decor, that's a good one, or spring table centerpiece. This has a lot of good keyword variety. I think that this is a really good example of a listing that has keyword variety. I think the last one that I'd clicked on, this one, could just use a little bit more. But like I said, if you're lacking for keyword ideas, look into things like weddings, look into things like churches, maybe using some keywords for churches, bed and breakfasts. Trying to think of other occasions when one might need flowers that look real but won't die. Sympathy gifts.
Yeah, sympathy gifts.
For like a forever sympathy gift, or a forever, then again, you might not.
Flowers are good for just about any loving occasion, so.
Yeah. And I think that rather than really pushing this only handmade, I love the only handmade flowers, but I think that it might be cool for you to think of almost like a tagline or a slogan, like, Love never dies. Flowers that last a lifetime. Or what's the brand that you bought my roses from that are they're real roses but they don't die? 1 million roses.
A Million Roses, yeah.
A million roses. Look at some of the brands that
Or The
do
Million Roses.
the million roses. Look at some of the brands that have maybe preserved flowers because that's the closest I think you'll get to what you do is flowers that are real but they're
They're
preserved.
big here. They're real big here.
Yeah, and see what type of wording they use in their advertising. Million Roses, they do fantastic advertising, but
Yeah.
it's catered towards a almost like a pop culture type audience, whereas yours is more delicate and
Well, yeah, any more of the Million Roses, because I get their ads and stuff. Their advertising is kind of bougie. They kind of advertise like, "Oh, you've got money, buy these roses."
right. It's like how do I say this without
Flowers even you cannot kill.
yeah, they do their roses almost like they'll show like a rapper or something like laying on a bed of the roses. Like they go with the pop
Yeah.
culture. But whereas I think that you have a really unique benefit here where you can talk about it for, weddings and places
Exactly.
where you receive them as a gift, but everybody hates to throw their big bundle of flowers away. And
And
with
it's,
yours,
it's also sustainable too.
yeah, like you don't have to just
You're not.
grow.
Well, it doesn't require land for output. Is what I mean. I mean, flowers are real big in pop culture right now. Like that's what I was even saying when I ordered flowers for her for was it Valentine's Day? I think. I was getting stuff. Paris Hilton has a rose brand now, an Eternal Rose brand.
Yeah. So, but
Eternal Bloom.
that's cool though, guys, because you guys are able to really ride this trend if it's a niche that you're interested in. So check out some of those social media marketing pages that I had mentioned. Will you quit nudging my hand off my armrest? He's like a child, I
Y'all
swear.
quit saying cottagecore. It just reminds me of like Rob Scallon's like Slayer, but on banjos. That's what I think. I think people like jamming banjos on their porch.
Cottagecore. Yeah, but cottagecore would be great keywords to look up for.
Like doing the crab walk, but with a banjo.
Nobody listens to metal here, Mark. Only us.
Yeah. Who here listens to metal?
Like
Let's
two-
prove her wrong.
2 people. All right. Overall, though, I don't have a lot to critique other than you could crisp up your banner, the fonts, a little bit more consistency with those fonts. I'm not a big fan of your shop owner photo here. I'd love to see a logo or you hire out a professional to do a logo design. Your photos are fantastic. There's a little bit of keyword tweaking that I would recommend, but it doesn't seem to be too far off. That's just if you're not really making the sales that you want. And maybe adding an info card into the last of the 10 photo slots. That way you can let people know who are ordering from outside of Russia what to expect in terms of shipping time. So, all right, let's
You were wrong.
yeah, Melissa, I know you listen to metal.
A lot of people listen to metal. There's a whole bunch. Emo elder here. I skipped the emo phase. I went straight from goth to not goth anymore.
I didn't.
Okay, back to faces.
If I say when I was a young boy, I bet I could get the chat to start typing the rest of the lyrics in.
Doom metal, metal forever, always metal. Like doom metal, like the band Death, or doom metal as in like Mick Gordon Doom 2016 video game metal.
Don't go down this wormhole. You're catering to a very small demographic now, Mark.
Mick Gordon puts out some bangers.
Oops, all bangers.
All right. And here in a minute, I'll have people start putting after this one, we'll have them re-put their names in the chat. That way I'm not having to go all the way to the top because these people at the bottom are going to get left out. All right. Looks like this is the next one in the chat there. Yeah. Just bring me the...
Not anymore.
Not anymore, Jessica.
Not anymore, they don't.
They're a pop band now.
Oliver Sykes is
That
a
is
genius.
not what I typed in.
Oliver Sykes from Bring Me the Horizon is an absolute genius with marketing, though. He adapted to what his audience wanted, and he stayed insanely relevant. Not only that, but his clothing line, Drop Dead, is super trendy in terms of that 80s to 90s grunge. I think that they've done a fantastic job of staying relevant. I'm just not a fan.
I don't know if this is you, so I can't.
Right here.
That's a Facebook page,
Oh.
my darling.
Well,
I searched it in the search bar and I put it /shop/. So that person, unfortunately, I'm not even going to say it because I don't want to ruin their day, but that is not their shop link. We're going to have to pick somebody else. Make sure that the thing you're giving us is actually what your thing is.
Your shop name.
And I know if people change this, sometimes it will remain as the one that it originally was. So there's nothing they can do about that. All right, let's see if this one works.
Are you doing something wrong?
Nope, I'm not. Unless Etsy's just being crappy. This is how I do it first. It's going to personalized phone
because
case.
You're letting the mouse fall down the drop-down menu.
Wrap. There we go.
Okay, there we go.
We go to the shop.
Okay.
I don't know why this wasn't working. That was weird. Anyway.
All right.
Here we are.
Let's do it.
I know. I hope it wasn't mine. It wasn't.
It wasn't.
It wasn't. New shirt idea. Mark is never wrong. Because I'm not. Why would I be?
Amber, hurry, go make it for Alpha Adapt. We've got some new Alpha Adapt collections in the works soon. So get ready for that. We're doing a Friday Bean collection. All right, Jessica, we've got... How many Jessicas have we critiqued today? Is this the third Jessica, or am I just crazy? I think I'm fever dreaming right now.
I think I'm fever dreaming right now.
Jessica, first thing that I noticed right away is I have no idea what your brand is about. And I know that a lot of people don't agree with me on this, but when we look at the top performing Etsy shops and the shops that do really, really well and the sellers who really survive on their craft, if that's your goal, they specialize in something. And I'm seeing gemstone wire wrap jewelry, and I'm seeing blankets, and I'm seeing booties, and I'm seeing napkin silverware holders, and commodity shops tend to not do super duper well, as opposed to shops that specialize in something. And it does look like you're making sales. So I'm not going to completely discount this altogether. What I'm really curious to see is what's selling. That's the first thing I want to see. So it looks like most of what's selling is crochet items and knitting needles. I think we can see right away what your strong products are. We can see what people like the most. This is your customers telling you what you should keep making, because the thing, we're seeing a couple pieces of jewelry sell, but mostly what I'm seeing sell, in fact, mostly what I'm seeing sell is supplies. I'm mostly seeing the yarn sell rather than the pre-made items. Do you still sell just yarn? Yeah. I think what would be a really bold move and a scary move, but something that would really position yourself at the top here, is to focus on a thing. If you want to sell some handmade crocheted items along with yarn, that would be cohesive, but it doesn't look like you're selling a lot of the jewelry anyway.
Yep.
Right now, I don't know how to feel about your shop because I don't know what it's about. And you haven't told me how to feel. And we do that through our branding, through the products that we sell, through the backgrounds that we use. You create a universe for your shopper to fall within. The same as when we look at a brand like Million Roses, as we discussed earlier, they do a lot of featuring of, wrappers, and they use dark backgrounds, and they have this kind of sexy look, you know what I mean? And they show people wearing expensive clothing. They're showing exactly what they want you to feel about their brand. They want you to go there and realize these are expensive, but they're worth it. If you buy these for, someone that you love, they're going to think the world of you. And that's what their brand says.
Jennifer asked, how is it showing sold items? You just click on where it shows the number of sales, right?
Not everybody's able to do that, though. I think.
Okay.
I don't think that you can choose to not show sales.
Yeah. I think they're wanting to do it for themselves.
Or
something like that. Yeah, it feels more like, I can tell that like the original thing you were going for here was probably crochet, and then you ended up kind of branching into more like all different kinds of arts and crafts kind of thing. I think if you were going to do crochet, that's fine. And I think you could get away with selling you're doing the knitting accessories as well. I think that would be fine. But that's just too much different stuff.
Yeah. And it looks like she donates. I'll be donating one infant hat to a baby in need.
For each order that comes through.
That's great. I think that you could be able to donate more if people knew they knew more about that. And I think that it would also be beneficial, like I said, for you to narrow down. That way the people who are your target customers are going to know more about what you're about.
This baby to a local hospital or NICU or to a charity that collects items for baby
cute.
bundles. Okay. Cool.
That's really sweet. I would like to see that more information about that in other places. If that's going to be your thing, if that's going to be like your niche, you could even name your brand around it.
What? I'm very confused by the banana. What banana?
It's for sizing scale.
Oh, this is right here. I'm very confused by the banana.
Yeah, I think it's just for sizing scale.
That's something I would print on a shirt. It's a conversation starter.
So another thing is your photos look completely untouched. They don't look like they've been edited at all. I would go back and check out my iPicky training series and look at how I edit my own photos. Weight of the yarn and things like that. I would not use that as the thumbnail. I'm seeing more scale than product here. You could do that as a secondary photo if you're selling yarn as a supply. Ultimately, I'm just seeing a lot of things. I'm seeing.
Just stick to one cohesive thing. If you want to do crochet and crochet accessories, then that's fine. If you want to do crafts and craft accessories, that's also fine. But just try to narrow it down a little bit because you got a lot of different things going on here.
Yeah, and I know that it's hard. We get really married to ideas that we like, but it doesn't mean that. For example, when Art by Starla Moore was open, I sold skeleton keys. I also restored vintage taxidermy in my free time, but I didn't list it in my shop. You can still do things that you enjoy. You just don't want those things to dampen the thing that you're focusing on. Just like if you worked at, you worked at a hospital, but you also listened to death metal in your free time. You wouldn't go to your hospital wearing your favorite death metal t-shirt to go say hi to the children. He would, but you know what I mean? Just don't allow things that don't need to mingle. Don't allow them to mingle if you can keep them separate. And if it's going to benefit your brand more to keep them separate. There's ways that you can artistically put things together. Like I've said before, if you sell t-shirts and mugs and socks and all these things, but they all have pictures of cats on them, you're a cat shop. Cat is the cohesive thing, and that's fine. But there's nothing that ties crochet to a gemstone necklace to me. That's super cute.
Said I pared down my shop to just crochet and my sales dropped off a cliff.
But when I'm looking at your sales, I'm not seeing you only, I'm mainly seeing you sell crochet. I'm maybe start slow.
Yeah, don't make a massive change all at once. It's just that this kind of thing, it might make some sales in general at first, but it's not sustainable. And
not only that, but don't assume that your sales dropped because you removed a couple items. There are a million reasons that sales could have dropped. I had somebody this week say that their sales dropped when they ended. They were running a flash sale and they ended their sale and their sales dropped. And then I went to erank.com and looked on my dashboard and I saw that this week on Etsy,
it was just a huge decline.
Etsy as a whole had declined.
At the very least, if you're not going to get rid of the other items, obviously we're just speaking from what we know with Etsy. If this is working for you, that's fine, but at least make it cohesive.
Yeah.
Like if you're going to keep all the difference, I would at least get rid of the jewelry. I don't think that makes any sense. The vintage stuff, that stuff. But like, if you wanted to do like all of the crochet stuff, you got the buttons here. That could be part of the crafts that you're trying to make. Have people make all the little trinkets. You could even get away with that. Just make it more organized. So things are like in a cohesive manner to where it's not just like explosion of stuff in your face. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't try to master everything because ultimately when you try to master everything, what you end up with is being pretty good at a lot of things, but not perfect at anything. So I would focus on being an expert at a thing. And making sure that you specialize in that thing and being the very best that you can at that thing. And then doing everything that you can to form your brand around that thing. And ultimately, I mean, spoiler alert, but that's everybody who's in HAA knows that that's what HAA is all about. Handmade Alpha Academy. That's the focus, is creating a thing and a feeling and making sure that people know what they're supposed to feel within 7 seconds of entering your shop. And yeah, I think that I've beat a dead horse enough. I will
just grab a random listing.
Nope. Your products are also very low priced. Very low priced. Price in the top 10% of your industry. After you've been able to brand yourself and get everything aligned. In fact, I can almost bet that a reason that you have so many sales is because your products are so low priced. However, that's not a sustainable business model, and it's easier to make one $100 sale than it is to make $101 sales, because I'm sure that these take you time to make. You deserve more than $5.
It's one of those know your worth kind of things.
Yeah, you deserve more than $5. You are worth more than $5. Even if they don't take you a lot of time.
I mean, I wouldn't go charging like $50 for a can cozy, but you could get more than 5.
Absolutely.
We need to repost our shops. Actually, yeah, for those of you that have been in here for a while, if you still want your shop critique, go ahead and post them. That way, we just keep it a little bit fair. And there's a lot of people that won't be here and a lot of new people that will. So just go ahead and if you have posted your shop already, I'm giving you the free. Go ahead and just post it one more time.
Looks like you've got a lot of good keywords in here. I see a lot of repetition of the word coffee, but if you're trying to exact match, that's not that big a deal. See, and it's even hard when I'm trying to find like the best listing to click on to critique, because I don't know what you most want to be known for. Newborn baby booties and hat crochet. Yeah, your SEO doesn't seem too far off. I think your SEO is okay. You've got photo of you packaging. That's really nice. Or a video, I mean.
Good sizing photo. I like that with the ruler.
That's really sweet.
I always like when somebody does something with a ruler. That way I know exactly what I'm getting.
Yeah. I know how devastating it can be when we're like, yeah, change everything. It's not like that though. Right. It's not the products. I don't want you to think that it's the products at all. It's just us not being able to know what you're about. Therefore, I'm not feeling very strongly about anything. Whereas if I was shopping for a hat and booty set for, my child, and I saw that you also had all these other things, I might be more apt to search for a shop that specializes only in a hat and booty set, because I feel like they are more in tune to their craft rather than being the master of everything. I want someone who's just a master at this one thing that I'm shopping for. So these are just suggestions. You guys don't have to agree with us. But if you're noticing that you're not seeing the traffic that you would like, I implore you to try it and see if it works. All right.
Here we go. And somebody had said earlier that it's going in and out of light. Yeah, I don't know why it's just randomly started doing this like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, where like it tries to adjust the lighting to where it's at. So like as we're moving back and forth, it likes to go crazy.
Maybe it's when you wear dark and I wear light.
It very well could be. I'm going to be literally ordering a new camera when we get off of this stream, so we won't have to deal with that crap anymore.
This is why we need you guys to like these videos, give us love. That way, Etsy. That way, YouTube will give us monetization money.
Give us a couple pennies, and we can get a new camera.
We put all of our YouTube money like back into the business. Oh, I know that person.
I know that person.
I recognize that name.
Who is it? Hey, it worked that time.
This is not what I was expecting, though. I love it. This is not what I was...
All right. And we did not pick this one. You genuinely got picked in the lotto here. So I know you've been asking forever.
When you're based on your profile picture that I've always seen on Etsy and your name, I was expecting some Nordic, Celtic, dark, gothic, and then we get here and it's so kawaii. I love it though. I absolutely love it. I love your branding. It's
How did they tag products and shop updates?
that's
Jennifer
what
said.
your mobile app. You got to go to your Sell on Etsy app. Go to the social media tab. Within Sell on Etsy, scroll all the way to the bottom. You'll have the option for your shop updates, and it will allow you to tag a product within your shop.
And I'm starting to kind of grow on these thinner banners.
Are you?
Yeah, I kind of am, because especially if you think of like how a lower resolution screen is going to be, the banner is going to be bigger, and the products aren't going to show up immediately. It's just going to be the banner, and then you have to scroll down to see the products. And I like that the banner is there, and then it's just you can see the products. And that especially helps with some of the like much, much, much older shoppers on Etsy who won't realize that they need to scroll down to find the product.
And you guys don't think that that's real, but we had to do a huge disclaimer on HandmadeAlphaAcademy.com's login page because everybody went to go to log in to Handmade Alpha
and had
Academy.
No idea how to log in. So it is a real issue. But I also did tech support for a long time, and some people just don't realize it. You're not tech savvy, and that's fine. Anyway.
I love the color cohesion. I love that I'm seeing the lavender executed right down to the products. You know what would be really fun is if you used Canva and got rid of your background from your photo and put that purple behind your photo too. Mm-hmm. That way there's a cohesive element. Just like I said, this is one of those shops where I'm going to have to be nitpicky.
Yeah.
You could probably SEO optimize your tagline a little bit. You could even just add Kawaii in there, and a quirky, magical Kawaii.
Unless you don't want to be known for that.
Well,
I mean, obviously you do, because
Ouija
it's
board.
Right there. Yeah.
Again, just another little area that you could optimize. I am a big stickler for really simple, non-flashy backgrounds, but these are great. This is a fantastic example of backgrounds done really, really well. They are super cute.
Yeah, your product. Somebody said the product shots are perfection. They're great.
Yeah,
your photos are great.
And you know what I really love is that I've come to your shop and the first thing I see is like not Mickey Mouse or something. It's original characters because
I think. You don't know.
They look,
I'm sure they are.
They look original. Yeah. Really, really clean though. Super duper cute. You've obviously got an eye for this. You said that you went to Japan. And I can see the inspiration there, right down to the color palettes. So we'll go ahead and do a quick scroll down. Oh, that's
shot of the workspace. Perfect.
Product. I'll get a couple more in here. I want some more pictures. Give me a couple more photos in here because I think that you've got a lot of really great product photos. Even stick a couple of those in there, or another photo of yourself. What should we click? What
I don't know. Just click on something.
I like this, and I like his little face. He's so cute. Let's see. Good photos that aren't mock-ups. I love that. You could even get a couple extra in there with some mock-ups if you really wanted to. You've got your original. Is this watermarked? Yeah. Okay. Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say, make sure that you get your photos watermarked. If not, because I wouldn't want somebody to rip your photo and steal it, but I see the moon over there. Mm-hmm. Overall, really, really nice. I'd like to see, like I said, a branded info card. Just things to expect. Prints are a little bit harder to keyword optimize just because you almost have to put it around the very specific thing. But you might actually... It might be interesting for you to put your actual purple keyword, because I know that a lot of kawaii themed bedrooms and streamers, I mainly know this from watching streamers who do it, they'll pick one color to theme their whole aesthetic in.
Yeah, and then they'll pick like an accent color to go along with it.
Yeah, and then like everything in their bedroom will be purple, or everything will be...
Like they'll do a full pink bedroom and then purple accents.
Yeah. So might be interesting to put your color in there just to see. I'm going to grab something that... Let me do an enamel pen. That might be...
people were talking about the RAR.
RAR.
No, so he had something in the shop with it.
RAR?
I think. Yeah.
RAR?
RAR.
RAR! Okay.
That's too cute.
That is super cute. You've got a little bit of keyword optimization. You could probably get more in there, but I would definitely get Rower in there because Rower means I love you in dinosaur. Rower XD. That's so cute. Once again, really, we have to be nitpicky because I don't have a whole lot to critique. You haven't given us a lot to critique because your shop is really, really well done. Cute rabbit, magician, hard enamel pin, kawaii bunny pin. I'm.
Dulcie said I'd charge a lot more for original characters if they're original characters. Yeah, I mean, you don't want to go too hard because I see what they're going for. I mean, it's something like a pin. You don't want to charge like $20 for a pin, you know.
I don't know. I've just ordered some enamel pins that were like $20 each.
I would go with like what your competition is. Find other like original kawaii because there's a lot of these like smaller kawaii shops. Most of them don't do original design, so it's really refreshing to see one that does.
Yeah, because this shows me longevity.
I've been lowering to try to get more sales. Don't lower too much though.
No.
Focus if you're not having good sales pricing around where your competition is, then you probably need to start doing some stuff off site. So make sure your mailing lists and your social media and everything are on point. Let
me show you guys. I'll have to. So I had another alpha who runs a kawaii shop. And they were struggling with getting sales, and they had all original characters. And I told them to start looking at other kawaii shops that focus around their original characters. Shops that almost create a character based on their artwork, and then they run with that. And one of the best examples I have of that...
They have an Etsy shop, right?
I don't think so, no.
No? Okay.
No. I'm just using it for example's sake. Tasty Peach Studio is a really great one to watch because they don't just sell their products, they also... Ooh!
Be careful what you're clicking on. You're on the Kawaii website. You never know what you're
being
redirected to.
No, I'm very familiar with their brand. I just need to know how to...
Just making sure.
They've got their whole line of plushies and things, but they keep consistent characters. And their social media, it's almost like they create their own little comics and things with their original characters that they've created. And they've given all of their characters their own persona and story. This would be a really interesting thing that you could do with characters that you already have. You could start incorporating them into little stories and comics and make little quote social media posts with your own original characters. That way people feel connected to that character and they want to buy an entire line of things with that character. Maybe you could take your fox and make sure that you also have a pin of the fox and a keychain of the fox, and you give the fox, a name and a personality, and they can identify with it. It almost goes along with gravitating towards the furry community and how they will really cling on to a particular character that they've personified and created for themselves and they identify with. It would be a really interesting way to keep your brand cohesive while also getting people more on board with your brand story and feeling like they're a part of it. Because I don't see anything wrong with your shop.
Yeah.
Really?
I genuinely don't either. And that's what they said. Don't undervalue your art for sure. It said, one of the first characters I made into a greeting card, pen, mouse pad, and never sold. And so I stopped expanding individual characters. We're not necessarily saying to put them on a bunch of different products. You don't have to do that. But give them a personality. You have, especially with this kind of audience, there are so many websites that you can advertise on off of Etsy to bring people to your store. Yeah. Like, especially with like Facebook, people are all about this kind of culture right now. Yeah. It's becoming cool to be kawaii, and it's a really good time to be getting yourself out there off of the platform. Yeah, here's an example of Tasty Peach Studio, how they've named all of their characters. They give a little bio. That way you can go through and you're like, which one am I? Which one do I relate to? And then I'm going to go and I'll click the Shiba because I've got a Shiba Inu. And then I say, wow, here's all the stuff with the Shiba Inu. I'm going to buy it all because I identify with this character. Mm-hmm. So
Again,
give them a personality, give them something to grasp onto other than just that they're cute, because their designs are cute.
Yeah.
They're super cute. But these kind of people, they grow attached to it. What's the story of the little fox? What's the story of the seahorse, you know?
Absolutely.
You don't have to think about it too hard either.
Yeah, you could even find a Kawaii group on Facebook and say, hey, I came up with this original character. What if you were to write a bio for this character, how would you identify them? And just let them do it for you.
Yeah, build some popularity for your art. Get it on places like, I know it's saturated, but on places like DeviantArt.
Absolutely.
And Instagram is another big one. Pinterest. There's a lot of places where this kind of art really thrives.
Yeah, and a lot of you guys don't know this, but I actually started on DeviantArt. That's where my brand started for Art by Starla Moore, and DeviantArt has been very good to me. I still have a core membership at DeviantArt.
73 sales. What about customer retention? They already liked you enough to buy. What do you mean?
You would have to get them on an email list. That's the only way to capture them and bring them back, unfortunately.
Or a Facebook group.
Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and grab... we're already at an hour mark, but we haven't done very many because I think we've really done the shops in depth. You want to do one more, and then tomorrow maybe we'll...
I guess...
Can you undo...
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, make us big. Yeah, I love how Mark gives the best Kawaii advice because he has...
We grew up in the raw XD generation. That was our generation. Now it's ooh-woo and creepy.
It was all... Our generation was Neopets and Gaia Online. So.
But it was never like adult in nature whatsoever. It was just people being cute.
Gaia Online wasn't?
No, not really.
Okay. Maybe it was just because I was a girl.
Yeah, because you were a girl.
You right. Did you guys know that Mark is literally the biggest Final Fantasy fan in the world?
Nerd. I'm not in the world. Not anymore. I kind of grew out of it. They focused way too much on their online, but 16 looks ridiculous.
There you go. See, look.
It's dark. They're going with like a dark, like depressing mood for it this time instead of the like magical and crystals, and they're not going that way this time.
Gigapets and Pokemon, somebody said.
All right, Gigapets and Pokemon. That's right. Neopets is where it was.
What Neopets did you guys have?
What was your Neopet?
Loop, obviously.
Lupe?
Loop.
Lupe?
It's Loop.
It's Lupe.
It's Loop. Who's right, me or Mark?
It's Lupe.
It's Loop.
Lupe.
All right.
We gotta before we do this, make sure there weren't any pressing. We had a lot of like last minute comments pop in here.
Before we show the shop, I'll also do my end spiel.
Okay, we'll just wait.
And then they'll get to know who was selected. Ooh.
I noticed at Re-Rank today that witchcraft is the top keyword, so you might put that in planchettes?
Yes, and witchcraft is that's going to be one of those emerging trends that we're going to see for fall. It was big last year, and now it's coming back again. Summer witches is really big right now, but you're not going to have a lot of time to do summer themed. So expect, because we're seeing it in the summer, witchcraft and kind of occulty themed products, that's going to be so big for fall this year. I'm expecting to see palmistry and the old school like 80s palm reading neon signs. You've got that roadside, palm reader. I think that's going to be what we see trending a lot. Almost like 80s, 90s vibe, palmistry and witchcraft. So get ready, guys. This Halloween is going to be lit.
Neopets were the knockoff of Gigapets. Whatever.
Mark is always right now, remember? Starla is correct. Loop.
It's Lupe.
See, he's going to argue with you anyway. This is what I'm married to. All right, guys.
This is what I'm married to.
Before we do the next shop, I'm going to go ahead and throw in our end spiel. Guys, if you want me to coach you personally, and if you want to make sure that your shop is in tip-top shape in time for the holiday season, Handmade Alpha Academy is open until no.
I say loop, but they tell you that it's Lupe on the site. Oh, yeah, I'm that kind of guy. Do your spiel.
He interrupted me for that.
Yeah, I did, because I'm right.
You watch
Vampire Freaks, anyone? Yeah, it got a little too pervy after a while, though, so we stay away from it.
Yeah. I'm friends with one of their ex-main models though, and they didn't treat her very well. So, go follow her. Her name's Nikki Nevermore. You can find her on Instagram. She's fantastic. I love her. She's a personal friend. Tell her Starla sent you. All right, guys. Handmade Alpha Academy is open until tomorrow night. We're closing it around midnight. It's going to be 11:59 p.m. because people get confused by AM, PM with midnight. So 11:59 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow night. This is your last chance to get in before we close enrollment for 6 months. And it's the only time that you're going to be able to get in to actually get ready for the holidays. Because next time it's open, it's going to be December 1st and it's going to be too late to prepare for the holidays. Handmade Alpha Academy is a 9-module course that I personally created. We've got over 600 students. All of our successful Handmade Alphas that you've seen have all gone through Handmade Alpha Academy. The ones that we featured a couple, was it last week on the Friday Bean? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you guys can go check out some of their shops. There's so many more, though. If you have questions for us about Handmade Alpha Academy, you can email me personally, Starla at handmadealphaacademy.com, or you can post in the Handmade Alpha Facebook community if you want to hear feedback from other HAA students, because most of them are also in that community as well. I think, you guys will get 12 months of eRank Pro included, bunch of bonuses. Yeah. Hope to see you inside. All right, let's
do it.
Percy!
Got us Percy.
We've got a lot of cohesion going on. I love that the background of your shop owner photo.
Your banner is straight up people that you want to sell to.
Yeah.
It fits the audience that you're trying to sell to.
A little blurry.
Yeah. That's okay.
Looks like it might have been done in Canva. I would try to brighten it up a little bit if possible, or not brighten it, crisp it up. I'm not a big fan of Yahoo being this way and as featured in being this way and these being straight. It's throwing off my feng shui. I'd like to see your authority bling, your Yahoo.
Well, Yahoo's also
horizontal.
It's also not as transparent as any of the others either. It was definitely thrown on after the others were made because they're all the same color, same transparency.
Did you get featured a little bit later on that one and you added
it? That's probably what it was.
I would do it straight across. Overall, really nice. I just like to see it a little crisper. I love that you have your authority bling on there. It might even be cool for you to do a straight, like an opaque little banner down at the bottom with as featured in and then them listed straight across. We do that on, if you look at like the cover photo for my YouTube channel, I think that's how I have them listed as well. And then it'll kind of free up this space that you've created. Seeing some cohesion here. I would get rid of the welcome to and whatever this says down here because I can't read it and just focus on the letters.
Mm-hmm.
Percy's Creations. Fill this space with the P and the C. I love that you have your color cohesion here is fantastic. This orangish color.
Got your email list up there.
You know what's funny?
What?
I found his shopping for you before. Yes.
Are you looking for the back scratchers?
I wasn't looking for back scratchers. I was just shopping around and I was looking at wood products and I totally found your shop organically. I have in the past. So that's insane. Slingshots. That's so cool. Your photos are really, really nice. I'm sure that
definitely good at woodcraft.
Yeah, the slingshots I'm sure are really hard to photograph. Because it's probably really difficult to photograph them in a way that makes sense, but I actually really like it. See, this is a cohesive theme. You sell different products, but it's all for like it's
all handmade woodcraft.
Yeah, it makes sense. And it seems like you're trying to sell to the outdoorsy, type of person.
Mark is so humble. Why am I humble? What did I do?
Humble
bumble.
It's really interesting. These photos I'm not as big a fan of because I can't see what they are.
It's really hard to take a picture of a product that's like a few feet long, though.
Yeah,
so I get it.
This one though, because normally I say make sure your whole product's in the photo. I think this is an exception to the rule. I think that this is my favorite because I'm confused when I see it. Like if I saw it in a search page,
Yeah, I thought it was one of those like ethnic spear throwers, like one of the things you knock in and don't get to. That's literally what they look like. Something lay, pay lay. It's not Pele. That's something totally different.
Mark thinks it's a weapon.
That's what it looks like. Well, he sells slingshots,
right.
Which is in that my brain automatically goes to that. I forget what they're called, but it's one of the things you knock into the spear to throw it a further distance.
I like this photo the most, though, out of all of them. I'd almost like to see every single one of them in the same exact angle because I'm confused. But then I can look down and I'm like, okay, wooden back scratcher. I know
Gotcha.
I know what it is now. Yeah, I think that would be a good way to do it. Obviously, I'm gonna go with my Yuji's here. Cohesive backgrounds. Maybe brighten up your background here. A couple things that kind of throw my equilibrium off. This here is a little confusing where I'm seeing the edge of the countertop.
Deb got me here. It's called an atlatl.
Sure. I actually like this photo more than I like this photo. These zoomed in ones.
That's actually really nice. The ones with the food.
I thought,
cool.
And you know what's funny is I thought you were selling the spoon. I didn't know you were selling the spoon rust. I would use a photo. I wouldn't use a wooden spoon. I think that's what would help is if the spoon wasn't wooden as well, because I see that you're a woodworking shop.
You make a lot of woodwork, so it's hard to tell exactly what you're making.
Yeah, there's 3 wooden things. I would use a plastic spoon.
I wouldn't use plastic. Use metal.
Or metal, yeah.
Yeah, get yourself a metal spoon because plastic people get upset because you're making wood products.
Yeah, a metal spoon, and then I would know more because I honestly thought that you were selling a spoon. I thought for sure. My brain read it and I saw walnut wooden spoon, okay, and I clicked it.
But other than that, it's not bad. I mean, you've got a few different types of product in here, but for what you make, I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Wood is the cohesive element.
Yes.
It makes sense to me. When I look at your shop, I envision like an outdoorsy guy or girl who has a very, almost like when you go to Gatlinburg and you go to the cabins there. I feel like
he's from Michigan. He's exactly like we are. He's a Midwestern Southerner.
Yeah. People, I don't think a lot of people realize how Southern we are in Ohio and Michigan.
If you are going to go with metal, if you end up changing out the spoon that you're going to use for your spoon rests, go with something like brushed aluminum or brushed steel, something that isn't actually reflective.
Yeah.
That way you don't have a hard time taking pictures with it. Plus brushed metal just looks sexy in photos.
Yeah, you can get a lot of good like a good photo without having to worry about what your light is doing.
Your stain jobs are pretty good too on the
that's
wood.
Very pretty.
You did a very good job of capturing the stain.
I would almost I would recommend taking your business card out of the photo. It's like an unnecessary item here. Maybe you could use it in secondary photos, but for your main photo, I don't think that it's necessary to have in there. In fact, I like this photo a lot more. I like this angle, but minus the business card. These are really good photos. Got it over the fur.
Yeah, if you make the spoon, sell it as a set. Spoon and rest.
Yeah.
That's always a possibility. Gift set. I wouldn't label it like gift for mom or something like that. Somebody might get the wrong idea about that.
Yeah, you right. Got your packaging. Info card. Always love to have the info card. Free gift with purchase, 100 shots. That's awesome.
Biodegradable clay ammo. I like to see that.
Could you, I would almost like to see you get rid of this edging. These feel like photos on photos. I think that you could probably, if
I do a picture of the slingshot being used. I don't know what that one, because it can cut. Obviously, slingshots aren't necessarily a weapon, but they are, if that makes sense. And I wouldn't want Etsy to get too touchy.
Yeah.
With the pictures, I don't know about that. These are beautiful though. Like
yeah,
I know they're back scratchers, but they're really pretty.
You know what Mark uses as a back scratcher? He's got a stick, like a wooden dowel with a walnut that is.
My dad made it years ago.
Drilled out, and he scratches back with a walnut.
He did that. One year for Christmas, he made everybody called
walnut.
Called a nut scratcher.
I love it. Oh, I love the bags for them. Yeah, could you put this in more photos? More of your listings, the fast turnaround time?
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Free domestic shipping. You could put that in more listings too. Yeah. Let's see. Wooden back scratcher, pine with spectraply dark aqua back massager, comfort art, unique gift, hostess gift, real estate closure gift. Get some man words in here. Gifts for dad. These I would be getting if you're not and only edit listings that aren't already performing well. But I did not think real estate closure gift. I thought gift for. I'm thinking that this is
that's very specific.
Unique Christmas gift for grandpa.
Real estate closure gift. I've never seen that one before. If you're here, let us know what led to that one.
Yeah, I mean, if maybe I'm
genuinely curious.
Hostess real estate closure gift. Maybe those are great keywords that weren't being used. Maybe we're just ignorant. But I would try to get some variety. If you've got a couple of them, coworker gift, grandparent gift.
Yeah, I can see that.
Walnut back scratcher.
Hairy back relief tool.
Hairy back relief tool. It's not on there, is here, or did you just say that?
No, I just made that up.
I was looking for it, too.
Hairy back crew.
Overall, I think that...
These are pretty.
They are pretty. I think that you have a really, really nice shop. Okay, so the ivy doesn't go with it?
I wouldn't imagine.
Get rid of the ivy. You don't need that. I thought that you had
at least not in... Well, I don't know.
No, I like
giving a display idea.
Yeah, but not as the first photo. This is a much stronger first photo. I think that the plastic ivy cheapened the look of the product. I thought that maybe you'd stapled like fake ivy to it.
That's crazy.
This is nice.
He said, we sell a lot of back scratchers to real estate agents that buy these for closure, and this is how they found us on Etsy, was by the keyword. That is so crazy specific, though. That's so weird.
That's cool.
I don't think back scratcher for real estate closure. That, like, you get what I'm saying, right? The association there makes no sense. It's like a glitch in the Matrix. Like, I don't get it. It's great, though. Keep riding it if it's working for you.
Yeah, ride that wave. If it's working, ride that wave. Around the holidays, if you've got a couple that aren't getting a lot of traffic, I would definitely try to, even just in your tags, get a couple of those really long tail specific, strange, like, unique gifts for daughter to give to grandpa. There are always a couple of those really weird, obscure, very niche keywords. Might be fun to experiment with, but if you're seeing luck with this, don't change anything that's selling. Got a video. I love that you've got photos of your workspace showing that these are handmade. Overall, really, really nice job. I don't have a whole lot of critiques. My biggest critiques...
Great.
Yeah, my biggest critiques are to clean up your banner a little bit. I would love to just see your product on these. Ditch the ivy. Your product is beautiful on its own. I don't want to see more ivy than I do product.
Those candle holders is a pretty neat idea, too.
Yeah, these are super cute. Photos like this, take a step back so it's not so close. Back scratchers, I think just the hook is a really strong point. Other than that, I really don't have a whole lot of critiques. The spoon rest might be one that you could work on. But other than that, not a whole lot to critique here. I think that you've done a really good job. There's a couple simple quick fixes that I think that if you really wanted to, you could spruce up in time for the holidays. Yeah.
They scratch your back, helping you buy / sell a house. Now pass on the word and scratch theirs. That's how I see the connection. Maybe I'm reaching. I don't know. My brain just doesn't make that connection. Maybe it's like a local thing.
I scratch your back, you scratch mine. That could be a good marketing campaign for you.
Holy crap. Yeah. There you go.
That could be the whole thing.
Maybe I should use that keyword on my wreaths. It's just an example of thinking outside the box. That's not something that I would have ever thought.
Yeah.
It makes no sense to me whatsoever, but it works, clearly.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you're getting traffic for it, then it's working.
Decent sales.
All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. We will be back tomorrow, same time, same place, with our final episode of Critique Week. And then we're going to be doing the Friday Bean on Friday, which will not be critiques.
How are Michigan and Ohio Southern? I'm so curious because we don't live on the West Coast.
Yeah,
That's pretty much it. People don't realize that a lot of the Midwest is farm towns.
it's farms. That's why.
It's like Southern, but without the accent. A lot of the times, like I've got a little bit of an accent, but that's just because my family's Southern.
Yeah.
We use the term a lot on the back scratchers. Let us have your back. Our parent has always had your back. We got yours. Okay,
That's fun. That's really fun.
You're welcome. Yeah. So yeah. We've got that little bit of Southern. I'm sure Percy knows what I'm talking about. Like, we're living in Michigan. Clearly, we don't live in the South, but I'm sure that we know a lot of Southern people.
Yeah.
Like, everybody here hunts and fishes and does everything. It's everything that Southern people do, just without the Southern part of it.
Guys, thanks for hanging out. Handmade Alpha Academy closes tomorrow night. If you want in, this is kind of your last chance to get there. But keep in mind, there's a 30-day, no questions asked, money-back guarantee. We don't require you to do homework, prove that you tried, or any of those other really nasty tactics that I've heard other coaches use. All you got to do is send us an email and say that it wasn't for you, and we're happy to give you a refund. So if you want to go in and check it out and just kind of poke around, you're free to do that. Handmade Alpha Academy closes tomorrow night at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. When you enroll, you get lifetime access to the course. Whether you choose our 6-month payment plan or you pay in full, you get access to everything. There's no drip feeding.
Nope.
There's no unlocking modules.
Nope.
Both plans are exactly the same aside from what you pay.
Nope.
You also get 12 months included of E-Rank Pro. We've got a ton of extra bonus lessons. I just added a new bonus called the Graphics Chest, which includes, I think, over 400 drag and drop graphics to use for your marketing, and lots of things to get you prepared for the upcoming busy holiday season. So if that sounds like something that might be interesting to you, make sure that you go to handmadealphaacademy.com/VIP because you can get $1,000 discount on your enrollment there. Once you're in for life, and you're a part of our Super Alpha Fun Club.
Super Alpha Fun Club, fun time. Alphas assemble.
Alphas assemble.
I never thought about that. Yeah, farm towns are one of our main exports is tomatoes, and we make most of the cattle feed that you get for cattle here.
Yeah, most of our state is covered in cornfield, and none of the corn is for human consumption.
Which it doesn't make sense because tomatoes are literally like one of our top exports, and I don't see any farms just full of tomatoes.
Corn, you got to have a lot of corn because we feed most of the world, or most of the United States cattle feed comes from Ohio.
Yeah, we export it, but it's not anywhere near the amount of tomatoes that we sell. So It doesn't make any sense at all. And tires. Tires.
Tires is another big export.
New t-shirt idea. I don't know, but we love you guys, and we will be back tomorrow.
See you at noon tomorrow.
Bye-bye.